landscape orientation. That's the lawn side is top. You're going to click on the paintbrush tool. You're going to go up to the size of the paintbrush and you're going to try to make it around 10. So you can type in the number or you can drag the scale. Next, you're going to change the hardness of your brush. You're going to change it to 100%. We don't want any soft edges. Finally, you're going to make sure your color is set to black. You can do that by clicking on the color panel right here, double-clicking on it and choosing the color. Or you can just pick the color by dragging your mouse to the darker color. Up on the top, you want to scroll all the way over to where the little butterfly is. Click on that little butterfly and you're going to choose mandala. This is a type of symmetry setting where you can do things the same or mirrored in many numbers. So we're going to go with 6 segments because we have 3 primary and 3 secondary colors. So we want 6 slices. I'm going to turn my shape here until it fits as best as I can to my screen. Now, it may not fit the canvas perfectly, but just try your best. Once you get the size you like, you're going to click on the check mark and you're going to start drawing. Before we start drawing, you want to make sure that your pie slices are clearly marked. So I'm going to increase the size of my brush because it's still not big enough. So I'm going to increase it to about 25. That looks good. And then coming from the center and going out one of the lines, I'm going to follow the line very slowly, following the line, not moving too much until it makes perfect little slices. Looks good. I'm going to let go of my mouse, and now I have my slices for my mandala. Inside here, I can make little shapes. And I'm going to make little shapes that any way you want. So as long as you hold down your mouse, it will make whatever shape that your mouse is doing with each click. So that looks pretty good. I'm really liking that. Maybe I'll do a couple more things. Maybe a teardrop here. Oh, that's good. And maybe another heart. So you want to make sure your lines are closed, that they become shapes and not just loose lines. Now that you have that done, I want you to double click on layer 1 and call this drawing. You're going to make sure that you select from your drawing and you're going to add to your layers colors from here. So right on this layer, I'm going to call this one red. And I'm going to do that all through until I get all 6 colors. Drawing done, we're going to make a background layer. To make a new layer, you're going to push on the plus sign located right below the layers panel, plus sign. With a new layer, you're going to double click on the layer and we're going to call this one background color. We're going to add all the colors in each of their wedges here, so background colors. And push enter to place it. The next tool is we're going to learn how to use the lasso tool. Not any lasso tool, but the polygonal lasso tool. So count down 1, 2, 3 tools on your left toolbar, click and hold with your mouse and choose polygonal lasso. With your mouse, you're going to make sure that you click in the center and you're going to make sure you make a little slice here. So I'm going to go all the way to the edge. Some of these might be more triangle, some of them will be more like a different shape. So I'm going to close it around, clicking each time I get to a corner, and there's a nice selection. This corner is going to be red. I'm going to start with red. I'm going to pick a nice good red. I'm going to take my paint bucket that is located where the gradient tool, click and hold it, choose paint bucket, and dump the red. Oops, it went over my drawing. No worries. Remember, your drawing layer is separate than your other colors. I can always click and drag that over. So I'm going to take my layers and drag it below my drawing, and now it's popped up in the background. Control D is deselect, and I'm going to do that again with my other colors. So I'm going to click on polygonal lasso. I'm going to draw my slice. 1 click for each corner, drag my mouse and click. Once I have my selection, this color is going to be orange. So going on the color wheel, if red's here, you can only choose orange or violet next to red. So I'm going to choose orange next. And if you get lost on what order to put these in, look at your color wheel and your warm-up that we've done because you made the correct order there. I'm going to dump orange in that square. That's a little too yellow for my liking. That looks better. Deselect, Control D, choose my lasso tool, trace the next wedge. This wedge is going to be yellow because orange is made by red and yellow. And I'm going to dump again. Make sure it's always in the background layers color, background color layer, and not on your drawing layer. You do not want to put this on your drawing layer. It must be on its own layer. I'm going to deselect, and we're going to do that again. Now, I'll know this color wheel is right because the opposite on the color wheel of red is green. They are complementary colors. So you want to make sure that your colors line up to be correct. So directly opposite of red is green, which is my next color on my color. I'm going to choose green. I'm going to dump. Control D for deselect. And I'm going to go with the next color. The opposite of orange is blue. Making my selection using my lasso tool. Paint bucket, blue, dump. Making sure it's only on my background color layer. You can see here that it's slowly becoming a rainbow. Deselect. One color left, lasso tool. Click, drag, click, drag, click, drag, click, drag, let go. Paint bucket, and that's going to be, you called it, violet or purple. Now I have a nice color wheel. I'm going to color in my shapes. You're going to go Control D, make sure everything's deselected, and watch for the next video.